Previously on I Became the Tyrant of a defense game, our hero fought to survive the system's wrath, outwitted treacherous foes, and seized control of the realm. The stakes are higher, the enemy closing in, and now the story continues. We've been conquered, and the tyrant wants us dead in mere minutes. Damien looks at his team with a mix of concern and frustration. Everyone's got their eyes on him, expecting orders. Damien's stuck between and unsure of what to do next. He's got 3 lives and his team's on the brink of disaster. What does he want? Damien wants to make the right decision to save his team. What blocks him? The game mechanics and his own lack of experience make it difficult for Damien to make the right call. What happens? Damien's trying to decide between 2 options, but his indecision is causing his team to falter.
I'll wear glasses if they're needed, but not if they're unnecessary.
The situation is chaotic, with teammates panicking and the grandma still obsessed with her character's performance. Kai has a split second to decide what to do. He can either focus on his glasses or try to help his teammates, but his hands won't stop shaking. Damien starts to panic, his mind racing with thoughts of failure. Damien's trying to psyche up his team for the tough battle ahead. He's confident they'll win, but that one anxious person is weighing him down. He's got to focus or risk losing everything. Damien's counting on Jupiter to hold it down while he tackles the next part of the battle plan. But it's not just about skills and stats. It's about trust and teamwork. Damien looks around and sees his lighting sorcerer moving into position, ready to provide some serious firepower. He's got to make this work or risk losing everything. Damien shouts at the top of his lungs, "Let's go, rookies!" as Jupiter charges forward, ready to take on the enemy.
Half of our attack on this stage depends on you.
Damien's got a plan, and he's counting on Jupiter and the lighting sorcerer to see it through.
As the group's mercenary mission goes awry, Elric's recklessness unleashes a catastrophic chain reaction, obliterating their allies and leaving him face to face with a monstrous cannon. With the devastating loss of their comrades still fresh, Elric grapples with the crushing weight of responsibility, his conscience torn between guilt and a desperate need for redemption amidst the carnage he's unleashed. As the enemy army closes in, the mercenary group's fragile unity begins to fray, and Elric's reckless actions have left a power vacuum that threatens to destroy the last shreds of their fragile alliance.
Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and hit the bell so you never miss a chapter.
Learn to respect freaking monsters. What does Titan want? What blocks them? The enemy's unrelenting onslaught and the player's lack of strategy. Ash plans to outsmart the monsters, using his knowledge of game mechanics to survive. His hands move hastily, anticipating the next attack.
Jupiter looks at Ash, her expression unreadable. What does she want? To understand Ash's strategy. What blocks her? Her own aggression. Prince Ash's teammates urge him to go in, but he hesitates. What does he want? Evidence of his strategy. What blocks him? Jupiter's aggressive stance and the enemy's unrelenting onslaught. The enemy's count is, implying a high-stakes conflict. Ash remembers the game world was unforgiving. What happens? He spots Jupiter, her sword gleaming. What is the cost? Losing will mean certain death for everyone. Prince Ash's teammates urge him to go in, but he hesitates. What's the goal? Ash wants to keep his whole team alive this time while using his wits and knowledge to survive. What's the obstacle? Jupiter's aggressive stance and the enemy's unrelenting onslaught. Ash remembers the game world was unforgiving. Ash's eyes clash with Jupiter's, his mind racing with calculations. What does he need to do to survive this bloody battlefield? Jupiter's grip is crushing, but Ash spots a weakness in her defense. What does he decide to do about it?
Jupiter's team frantically retreats as the monsters, bolstered by their newfound understanding, close in with relentless ferocity. their screams echoing through the darkening landscape. The emotional toll of this chapter is palpable as Eunice's relationships crumble. His attempts to cling to his friends now a distant memory, leaving him isolated and vulnerable to the whims of his tyrannical persona. The fate of Eunice's inner circle hangs precariously in the balance, as they find themselves trapped in a desperate battle against an enemy that's beginning to exploit their deepest psychological fears.
Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and hit the bell so you never miss a chapter. Prince Ash is shocked, his eyes wide with confusion. What's happening? Why is he stuck in this body? His mind reels as he tries to process the impossible. Goal: figure out who brought him to this world and why. Obstacle: the mysterious figure has disappeared, leaving Ash with more questions than answers. Action: Ash thinks back to his life as Mr. Gamer Geek, trying to remember any clues. Consequence: his breathing comes in short bursts as his anxiety grows. He needs answers now.
Stats maxed. New skill unlocked.
This new power could be his ticket to survival. But what does it mean?
Prince Ash is enraged, his fists clenched in anger. How could he be stuck in this body, forced to relive his past mistakes? Goal: survive the living armor legion and find a way back home. Obstacle: the sheer numbers of the enemy overwhelm him. Action: Ash takes a deep breath, focusing on his new surroundings. He spots Lucas, and his next move becomes clear. Consequence: his chest heaves with exertion as he readies himself for the coming fight. Hold your ground, we need to. The living armor legion advances, their iron bodies moving in unison. Ash knows they must fall back. But which way? The key action or twist of this chapter. The Tyrant activates the gravitational field artifact, unleashing a maelstrom of destruction as Spectre Knight and Kilikunis clash with the fearsome boss monster Chongjongser. The emotional stakes: what a character gained or lost. Kilikunis' fragile existence hangs precariously in the balance as the Tyrant's actions escalate, threatening to shatter the faint bond of trust between them and plunging their world into chaos. The cliffhanger: what is left dangerously unresolved going forward. The Tyrant's grip on reality falters as the assault intensifies, leaving Kilikunis vulnerable and the Tyrant's true intentions hanging precariously as they confront the enemy within their own mind.
Don't miss what happens next. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari right now. Blood oozes from John's face as he lands awkwardly on the wet ground. We can see the panic in his eyes. His vision blurs, but he tries to crawl to safety. His movements are jerky and uncoordinated. John must survive this kill zone. His teammates' lives depend on it.
Why can't you just let this granny get an easy salary?
John's desperation propels him forward. He lurches onto his elbows, gasping for breath. His body aches from the fall. Every muscle screams in protest. A faint groan escapes his lips. Suddenly, the stench of rusted armor and rotten water wafts through the air. John's face contorts in disgust.
The stench of those who drowned.
John spots a possible escape route. His eyes dart towards the lake, and his body begins to crawl towards it. However, the water's edge is still too far away. Panic claws at his mind. John's body begins to move faster, as if driven by a newfound determination. Yet, every step makes his body scream in agony. He's running out of time.
Stop. You're wrong.
John's vision begins to fade. His breathing becomes shallower. His body convulses, and a faint cry escapes his lips. The ground beneath him seems to give way. A massive blow knocks John unconscious, and his body drops into the murky lake. Join the Hari squad with a sub before the system crashes. Ash's eyes widen in desperation. His teammates are scattered around him, and Dame Jupiter is dying in his arms. He knows he can't save her. Every moment counts. If he's going to survive, he has to act now.
John, we need to get out of here, now.
He shouts for John, but his voice is drowned out by the chaos. The enemy is closing in, their screams and snarls filling the air. Ash knows he can't save them all, but he has to try.
No. Small, stay behind me.
The key action or twist of this chapter. Lee Hyun's tyrannical grip on the game tightens as he mercilessly exploits the system, forcing grannies and other players to take increasingly hazardous quests or face his wrath. The emotional stakes, what a character gained or lost. Lee Hyun's heartless treatment of the grannies weighs heavily on his own conscience, but he's unable to look away from the wealth and power accumulating before his eyes. A troubled soul trapped in his own making. The cliffhanger, what is left dangerously unresolved. The grannies, fueled by desperation and cunning, will stop at nothing to take down Lee Hyun. Their once pitiful existence now a burning fire of resentment and determination to bring him crashing down from his throne.
Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and hit the bell so you never miss a chapter. Prince Ash is ready to lead his team into the fray. His goal is to protect his teammates and take down the enemy. Hand-to-hand combat squad to the front. He's the only one who can turn the tide of this battle. His teammates are counting on him.
Yes.
The battle's intense, and Ash is ready to put everything on the line. But something's off. This isn't magic-based combat. The enemy's closing in, and Ash's training kicks in. He assesses the situation.
P62, to the front.
Jupiter's party is in danger. We need to know why Jupiter's team is in trouble and who's threatening them. Lucas and young Nightman are standing by, looking uneasy.
The key action or twist of this chapter is Jupiter's party fights for survival as the rescue team bursts in, unleashing a bloody hand-to-hand combat that leaves the stage in shambles. The emotional stakes, what a character gained or lost, is Lapis' fragile bond with her friends is torn apart as she struggles to accept the depths of her own fear, leaving her reeling in emotional agony. The cliffhanger, what is left dangerously unresolved, is as the dust settles, a chilling realization dawns on both Lapis and the rescue team. They may have just traded one nightmare for an even greater one, with the real enemy still at large.
If you're enjoying this, subscribe to Manwa with Hari. New chapters drop every week. The battle rages on, and Prince Ash, now in Prince Ash's body, assesses the situation. His teammates, Lily, Lucas, Jupiter, Damien, Commander 1, and Mage 2, are all engaged in hand-to-hand combat. Ash wants to keep them alive and utilize his knowledge to survive the hellish onslaught. He realizes his previous neglect of their safety has gruesome costs. The team is pushing forward, but Ash's primary goal is to protect them.
Stop. You're wrong.
The obstacle is the relentless flow of monsters, and Ash needs to act quickly to change the outcome. He orders his teammates to fall back, and they all move 5% faster. The consequence is a brief respite, but Ash knows it won't last long. He needs to come up with a new plan to keep his team safe. Ash needs to get the party's morale back up, but the monsters are relentless. He orders Lily to discharge the mana she used for fire magic, but she's not ready to retire just yet. Ash convinces Lily to shoot one more fire blast, urging her to treat him like a human.
Stop. You're wrong.
The fire is working, but Lily's getting worn out. Ash needs more time. Lily can't keep burning like this.
Stop. We have to fall back.
Ash orders the party to move back, and they change direction. Their new route is shorter, but they're still exposed. The monsters close in. Ash spots an opening. Lily, Lucas, and Jupiter need to switch positions. He calls out the change, and they make the switch. What blocks them? The monsters. What happens? They run, trying to fall back, but the pressure's mounting. Who's affected? Every member of the party. What's the cost? Their morale is plummeting.
Players are thrown into a desperate battle for the very survival of their realm as the forces of darkness close in, their fate hanging precariously in the balance. The weight of their struggle is crushing, their morale shaken after a brutal defeat that claimed many lives, leaving only a handful of weary survivors. The darkness gathers, its presence felt in the ominous silence that has fallen over the realm, as the players wait anxiously to face their next challenger, their fates hanging precariously in the balance.
Don't miss what happens next. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari right now.
Stop. You're going to blow. Brian, the magic multiplier is an ranked artifact, which can increase the magical effect of a character by %. It's a miracle you're still standing, Lily. But the real question is, what's causing this surge in power? Third artifact.
Damien is right in Ash's face, and he's not happy about something. Ash needs to defuse the situation and fast. He wants to know what's going on, but Damien's not telling. The situation is escalating, and Ash needs to think fast. He wants to know what's causing Damien's anger, but Damien's not talking. The obstacle is Damien's anger and frustration, and Ash needs to find a way to calm him down. He reaches out and tries to reason with Damien, but it's clear Damien's not listening. The cost is high. If Ash can't resolve this situation, it could mean disaster. What's going to happen next? Ha! QQ Tia. Lily's trying to intercede, but Damien's not having it. Ash needs to get to the bottom of things and fast. He wants to know what's causing Damien's anger, but Damien's not talking.
The battle rages on, with Ash and his team fighting for their lives. Damien's voice is a stark reminder. Minutes and counting. Time is running out.
Host stats maxed. New skill unlocked.
Ash must act quickly. The battlefield, his mind racing with strategies. But the enemy's sheer numbers and strength prove a formidable challenge. Ash's grip on his sword tightens. He's determined to turn the tide of battle. The enemy's attacks intensify, but Ash's team holds their ground. Damien's eyes light up with a realization. I already know this pattern.
As Ash prepares for the next stage, a sudden realization hits him. What is the true cost of his victory? Has he sacrificed something precious in the process of saving his team? The answer remains a mystery, but Ash is determined to find out. He knows that the next stage will bring new challenges and new discoveries. What secrets will he uncover? And what will be the ultimate cost of his victory? Let's keep going, but I need to ask what happens next. Luke realizes he's in a whole new world, and he's not just playing the game anymore. His team is in danger.
Damien's world is turned upside down as the true intentions of the game are revealed, shattering his perception of reality in a single, devastating stroke. Lucas's desperate cry for help is met with a heartbreaking silence as Damien's connection to the game is severed, leaving him with a crushing sense of loss and isolation.
Don't miss what happens next. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari right now.
Our defeated commander is celebrating with a mysterious toxic liquid he believes is % beer. We've got a commander who's not exactly sipping champagne, if you know what I mean. His face is tense, and his eyes are narrowed in disapproval. One of his soldiers, a young man, tries to reassure him. P1. That is not the expression of a victorious commander, Your Highness. The commander's expression doesn't change, but his voice takes on a hint of anger. You stopped 1,000 living armor without large casualties.
What kind of reputation is that?
Ash is struggling to fit in. He's trying to eat vegetables, which is a huge shock to everyone. His reputation as a meat eater is at stake. He knows he can't make his teammates happy by drinking and eating like a rabbit.
What kind of reputation is that?
Ash tries to justify his behavior by explaining his passive skill.
The tyrant's frustration reaches a boiling point. He's fed up with his team's ineptitude. His goal is to take drastic action and shake them out of their complacency. The obstacle is his own anger, which threatens to consume him. Ash tries to regain control of the situation, ordering his soldiers to stop whining and stand up to fight. His voice cracks with emotion as he demands that they fill the jugs with water. Hey, fill up all the jugs. P63 shows Ash demanding his soldiers to fill up the jugs with water. The night of victory has turned sour, and the team's morale is in shambles.
The players' emotions are now openly at war. Commander's rage burning like a wildfire as he's forced to confront the true depths of his own pain. Commander's grief is finally laid bare, but with every step towards healing, He's forced to confront the shattering weight of his own failure, his heart heavy with regret. The fragile peace hangs by a thread as the tyrant's power continues to grow, the darkness in his heart slowly consuming him, and the player's resolve is stretched to the breaking point, their fate hanging precariously in the balance.
Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and join thousands of fans who never miss an update. The kingdom's defenses are collapsing, and His Highness' own bodyguard lies dead on the ground. I'm Dorian, the prince of this kingdom, and I have a bad feeling about this. The manor is usually quiet. No one would dare to trespass here. But how did he end up dead? Was it an attack, or was it something worse? I look around, trying to gather my thoughts and remember the events of the past few days. Lucas is usually the one in charge, but what if... Lucas nods in agreement. He's still processing everything we've learned so far. The more we know, the more we realize how long ago this all started to go wrong. 2 decades ago, the royal soldiers were stationed here, and they were ordered to fill the lake with dirt. But what they didn't know was that this lake was somehow connected to the depths of hell. Lucas wants to enter the Lake Kingdom, but something blocks his way, an ominous warning.
The key action or twist of this chapter. As the late afternoon sun dips, a mysterious teleportation magic unfolds, shrouding our protagonist in an otherworldly aura, hinting at unfathomable powers yet to be unleashed, forever changing the course of his journey. The emotional stakes, what a character gained or lost.
Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and hit the bell so you never miss a chapter. Ash tries to remember his name, but it's gone. Panic sets in. What if he never remembers who he is? He frantically searches his surroundings, desperate for any clue. His mind is a blank slate. He's forced to rely on instincts he doesn't fully understand. His fingers tremble with each passing moment.
I forgot my name.
As Ash struggles to recall his identity, a sense of loss and disorientation grips him. He wonders if he'll ever find his way back to who he really is. Time to put our focus on Ash, trapped in Prince Ash's body. Who's he meeting here? He's greeted by Prince Ash's personal assistant, Myung. What's on Ash's mind? He asks to go home, but Myung says no. This is a no-go for Ash, and that's what blocks him. What does he do? He tries to reason with Myung, but it's not working.
Stop. This is pointless.
Myung's words are a warning, a harbinger of the darkness that lies ahead. The darkness is palpable, like a shroud over Ash's soul. He knows the stakes. Humanity is on the brink of being consumed by monsters. The cost of failure is catastrophic, the Empire's downfall. What's at risk? The lives of everyone in the Empire. Ash realizes his role. He must keep his team alive this time. His hands won't stop moving as he studies the basic structure of the dungeon. Rooms and passages where he can find items, fight enemies, or talk to NPCs.
Basic structure, basic danger.
What's holding him back? The labyrinthine layout, the monsters lurking in every shadow. Ash's eyes flicker to the minimap, his instincts screaming at him to keep moving. Ash's hands are already fidgeting with the controller. His brain is racing with what-ifs and maybes. He knows he can't rely on luck. What's the cost of rushing in? His grip tightens further. Lord of Crossroad, a figure Ash can't quite see, stands outside Fort City, Crossroad, blocking Ash's path. He's wearing a heavy coat, and his voice is low and unyielding. Crossroad is a trap for the unwary Prince Ash. Meanwhile, the fort's gates are locked, inaccessible.
Fort City Crossroad is sealed for emergency protocols.
Ash's eyes narrow. He remembers something Lord of Crossroads said about Lon being outside the city. What does it have to do with him being here?
Damien seizes the opportunity, unleashing a precise strike that shatters the enemy's skull, sending them crashing to the ground in a spectacular display of skill and power. Damien's victory is short-lived as the weight of his prince's expectations settles in, a crushing burden that threatens to consume him whole, forcing him to confront the darkness within.
If you're enjoying this, subscribe to Manwa with Hari. New chapters drop every week.